Every year, the global rankings say the same thing. Vienna is the most livable city on Earth. But is it actually perfect, or is it just a very expensive museum? I came here to find the secret sauce, to see why the city stays at the top while its neighbors are left behind.
I prefer starting my day with a coffee, and Vienna is one of the best places to do that. Coffee culture here goes back over 300 years, and it's even recognized by UNESCO as part of the city cultural heritage. And the best place to try local coffee is in one of Vienna's historic coffee houses. There are quite a few of them around the city.
I went to one of them to see for myself if the experience is different.
I like coffee more in Italy, because I think maybe the reason is that it costs €1, and here it's €7 for this.
But that's the thing about Vienna. You aren't paying for a quick hit of caffeine, you're paying for the right to own a table for 3 hours. It is the first clue to why people love living here. The city forces you to slow down. But coffee isn't the only reason why Vienna is at the top.
To understand why Vienna consistently tops the global livability rankings, we first need to look at how those rankings are calculated.
Every year, the Economist Intelligence Unit analyzes 173 cities across 30 different factors. They group this into 5 main categories: healthcare, education, infrastructure, culture, and stability. And Vienna is one of those rare cities that consistently checks every single one of those boxes. Travelers often describe Vienna as one of the safest cities in the world.
After my last trip to London, Vienna feels like a breath of fresh air when it comes to safety. I'm not worried here at all.
You can walk through the city center late at night, even in the quietest areas, and feel completely safe. But it's not just about low crime. Here, stability means predictability. Things simply work. Even during global crisis, Vienna stays calm. There is a strong trust in the institutions and the government that actually maintains what it builds, which is rare for a big city. You see it in the healthcare. The city is a home to some of the best hospitals and medical universities in Europe. Because they maintain such a high doctor-to-patient ratio, the whole system feels efficient and personalized, rather than rushed.
The city is so comfortable for tourists, and I think for people who live here as well. It's so easy to get from point A to point B. I like the fact that you can just walk. It makes the experience so much better. And if you are not able to walk, you can always take a tram. It's still really convenient.
You don't notice the infrastructure here, because it doesn't shout for attention. Trams arrive on time, the metro is spotless, and cycling paths make everything accessible. It quietly makes life better, without you even realizing it. When I was in Vienna, I was living near this tower. I thought to myself, is that a TV station or an observation deck? Turns out, it is a waste incineration plant located right in the city. Most cities hide their trash burners, but in the 80s, Vienna asked the artist Hundert Wasser to turn this into a landmark. Today, it uses advanced technology to burn waste so cleanly, it provides heating for over 60,000 Viennese homes. This was the signature move of Hundert Wasser. He is the same artist behind the iconic Hundert Wasser house, where he turned a standard apartment block into a living masterpiece. But this drive to create something extraordinary isn't just a modern trend here. It's been the soul of Vienna for centuries. Take St. Stephen's Cathedral. Its architecture is incredible. It survived the Turkish sieges and Napoleon, but it was almost lost in 1945 when a fire spread to the roof. The city rebuilt it using 230,000 glazed tiles to recreate the original 15th century patterns. It proves that people here really take care of the city. And that's not the only example. Look at the Hofburg Palace. It is a massive complex that's been the center of the city for over 700 years. Yet it looks like it was finished yesterday. They don't just leave these places to the tourists, they actually maintain them. Grand architecture isn't all that Vienna has to offer. For centuries, the city has acted like a magnet, drawing in the most influential minds in history. It created a density of culture that you don't find anywhere else.
Beethoven moved to Vienna to study and ended up creating his most famous symphonies here. Gustav Klimt, one of the most influential painters of his time, also lived and worked here. And of course Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, completely changed how we understand the human mind, all while living right here in Vienna.
When you walk these streets, you aren't just looking at architecture. You're walking through the same environment that inspired the music and the ideas that still define modern civilization. The food here is a surviving map of the old Austro-Hungarian Empire. These aren't just dishes, they are historical icons. Take the Vienna Schnitzel. It's not just a dish, it is a protected legacy. There are actual laws in place to ensure it's made exactly as it was centuries ago. But perhaps the most important part of the local culture is the wine. Vienna is the only capital city in the world with significant vineyards right inside the city limits. It is a tradition that goes back to the Roman Empire. Local wine taverns are the true social heart of the city. It is the final piece of the secret sauce, a city that is literally fueled by the land it sits on. It is rare to find a place that balances such a heavy history with a system that actually works for the people living in it today. It feels less like a city and more like a carefully maintained masterpiece.
So when you put it all together, it's easy to see why Vienna always ends up at the top of those rankings. But numbers only tell part of the story. You really get it when you walk the streets yourself.
Healthcare, education, and infrastructure, they aren't the most important things. What is important is how you personally feel about the place. I felt great, I enjoyed every moment of it. Maybe that's the real reason it's number one. Not because of the rankings, but because it is a city where you can actually enjoy your life.